Hey everybody, it's your girl Shadi Sin. If you're new here, thank you. Thank you for coming back. Each episode, they're kind of getting similar now. Every week I'll do a tutorial. If you came back, thank you. I hope you got a good tax refund because you deserve it. I don't even know. Maybe the video, when it comes out, tax refunds are not out. But that's no here nor there. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. I am doing this look. I'm going to be filming some videos for Instagram, TikTok, a little Sephora sale. I am wearing the shirt. I guess I should have put the shirt on now, but do you see the vibe? It's a shiny shirt with dots all over it. So I was like, let's match the makeup. And I feel like whenever you're giving makeup recommendations or advice, you need the makeup to like boom, because who's really taking makeup advice from someone who doesn't have any makeup on their face, you know? I'm showing you how I did this look. I'm showing you a little bit of the products. I'm ranting most of the time, but honestly, I hope you enjoyed this video. Glow Recipe Watermelon Dewdrops. These, how close do I need to get? This stuff right here, girls, I love it. Especially in the summer, like if you don't want to do a lot of makeup, put this on your face as your base. It's so good. Because sometimes it just feels empty in your face, so you just put like concealer on. No, it's not a product with like tint that's gonna look like foundation, but it'll make your skin look healthy. And I think healthy skin is normally just like something that has a little bit of shine to it. So this just adds a little bit of shine. Taking a brush, normally you can take your fingers, all that good stuff. Foundation's always an orange, especially if you're like a medium to dark skin tone. And I used to have a blue pigment, and I wish I had a little bit more of that now. Mixing in a little bit of the Danessa Myricks, and like, I wish you can see the color difference. Maybe you can't. You see how that's a lot lighter? And it's a little bit more neutral. For like olive skin tone, but on that, it on itself is like too light for my skin. So the other ones will just make it darker. And this is not fully changing the color, but it does make it a lot better. You see? Like, obviously the color change is drastic. How orange that was and how light that is. Okay, we're just gonna put some on our face. Don't be afraid. My foundation normally never matches my skin tone. I have to always go for a darker shade because I'm over here I'm gonna put contour and I'm gonna put this and that. So it's normally like the formula and like the right undertone. And I think I started to get into this whole like my foundation doesn't need to match, especially after I became like bigger on social media, because I get so many of the wrong shade, right? Like obviously if you can find your shade, that's amazing, and that's gonna be more beneficial and you don't have to use as much makeup. But I think the realistic thing is to teach people how to do makeup with the wrong shade, because 9 times out of 10 you bought a foundation or a shade and you have the wrong shade. So how do you make it work? Because everything is possible. It's always possible to change it up. I think ideally a person should have like 1 or 2 foundations, maybe 3. Or like summer shade, winter shade, and a shade in between that like you can use to mix in. Or even like different formulas, like a full coverage, a sheer tint. More than 3 is honestly excessive. 1 is enough, but you definitely will struggle with that, I feel, because you're never just 1 shade. Okay, we have that all blended out on our face. You can see the difference in my skin from my neck. But I like to go, I always like to do my makeup with brushes. If you don't know me, I'm a brush girl, because you can just tap it in, you can blend it in, and you get full coverage. I'm wearing makeup because I want you to know I'm wearing makeup, not because I need you to think my skin is incredible. At this moment is now when I realized I did not put primer on. I am a primer girly, but I guess I just forgot, and sometimes that happens. But my skincare does double up as a primer, but on top of that, I'm also going nowhere. I'm just doing makeup for like online, but I would advise you have used a primer beforehand. My favorite thing to do, take an eyeshadow brush and then take your color corrector. Oh, what was that? What was that? A little bit, a dot, a little over my upper lip is where I feel like I have the most grayness. So many people tell me this. I like a light under eye. If you go in with a light concealer underneath your eyes, you're gonna look ashy, especially if you have hyperpigmentation. Hyperpigmentation is just dark circles, right? And even for me, what was most confusing is like people talk about the color wheel and everything that balances out, and like a good color corrector, after you put it on, you're not supposed to see the difference. It's supposed to just blend it and like it just neutralizes your face. So hyperpigmentation, you see and you might say it's brown, dark under eyes, dark circles, black, right? But truly the colors are a deep purple, blue. And that's what people always talk about, like what neutralizes blue and purples. I used to be so confused, like what do you mean blue purples? Where the fuck is your blue and purple on my face? But then I figured it out, like this hyperpigmentation is just that so intensified, like that color so deep that it looks like a darker color. But this orange, obviously, or salmon, a bright pink, or whatever the color you need for your color hyperpigmentation. Like mine is darker, so I go with darker shades. This one was the Kosas and Alchemy. Like sometimes I go with Papaya from Huda Beauty. Sometimes I go in with a super bright red one. This is e.l.f. one, which is literally orange. Like you see all of these shades. This one is a lot lighter. These are darker. Something like hyperpigmentation is a lot darker. You don't need a lot of product for sure. And I think the eyeshadow brush helps to blend it out so much better than any other brush. And just think a little like blend out plus a tap, all you need. Boom, boom, boom. See? If you feel like you're having a hard time covering it up, like if you feel like, oh, I put so much orange on, like what is it? Try doing orange first and then putting your foundation over it so it can help out cover it up. But it shouldn't ever have to be that much where you're like, wait, I'm struggling to cover it up or my foundation turned orange. I put a lip balm on. This is a Bloom, B-L-U-M-E, yeah, Bloom. Bloom skincare. I don't know why nobody talks about this more. Like, I think this is the best lip treatment on the damn market. It's a South Asian owned brand, like women of color. It's just so good. I love bronzing my face. I think it's one of my favorite things to do in the makeup world. We're gonna go in with a Say bronzer in deep bronze. Amazing, natural almost coverage. I'm gonna take the same brush I went in with my color corrector because let's be realistic, you don't need to, find a new brush. But now I can't use this brush for color corrector, right? Like now it's become my contour brush. I'm gonna just really get into that. It's a smooth like consistency, but like I had to work it in to get it to there. I feel like sometimes people don't do that. Like they just grab it and go, and it's like it makes such a difference. Like even if you work it into the back of your hand. So many people talk about how like, yes, you should work, like even makeup when you blend it out, don't put it on your face, put it somewhere else. Yes, is that the best version to do it? Like instead of me drawing this on my face, if I blend it out with a brush, is it better? Yes, but let's be realistic. Who is doing that? Who is blending everything out on the back of their hand? My back of my hand is not even that big. I'm gonna use 8 tissues just to wipe off everything that I've done. And who got all day? Even this, maybe you have a long time. If you do have a long time to do your makeup, maybe I have a 2-hour tutorial one day where it's like, this is the perfect way to do makeup. Don't touch this. Like you would use like 8 brushes. You take one brush to put the product on, another brush to blend it out, another brush to mix it together. I love this shade of bronzer. It's almost like a deep, almost warm red brown, like a brick brown. It just does what it needs to do. Hell yeah. I'm gonna blend out the contour down. I'm using an It Cosmetics dual-ended brush. These brushes are good. It Cosmetics brushes are incredible. But it's like, am I going out of my way to recommend these brushes to you? No. Why? Because of the price range. I think the price range is ridiculous, like redonkulous. But the brushes are exquisite. Like if you're like, I don't care, girl, money is, not an option. Money is no, what is it? Not an option. It's like money is no object. I don't know. There's something saying. But money is no what? Now it's gonna bother me. Money's not an issue? I don't know what they say. Money's an obstacle. This is, money's not an option. I think that's wrong, but hey, I don't want to tell Google she's wrong today. I'm also gonna contour my nose with this as well. My favorite thing to do is take it into the brow, just dust it into there so to make it look like my brow structures like that. And the nose contour doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna do concealer and like blend all of this away, but it's nice to like give a little bit of structure to my face. Some people just do nose contour underneath like this and like keep it that way. I always do cream nose contour just to put concealer on and all that good stuff, and then I go in again with powder because I like to defy it. Like even the way I'm gonna blend this out, it's like a big brush, right? So it's like it's gonna diffuse the product into that entire area. And some people like that like diffuse look. I like that super harsh nose contour. You know, I want to give nose job, and that's not everybody's tea, and that's okay. I'm already like halfway there, you know. I'm feeling good, feeling beautiful. One of the best things is I always do my makeup with like brushes away sometimes. Foundation brush always sits by my side. Why? If I need to do a little touch up, right? See, this, I can do a little clean out because there's a little bit of product right there still left on the brush. So I need extra product. But remember, this is your base color. So it's like, this will always just bring you back to where you need to be. Sirens, going crazy. Just for like, because we have it too, let's set our face a little bit. We're gonna go in with the Dew Luck Half Magic Setting Spray. Boopity doop. I have no words about this. Like, I don't think it's bad. I like the way it mist. I also haven't just used it on its own to be like, this is incredible. I like went 72 hours with it. No. But I also really like a tacky, sticky, like bulletproof one. This one, right now, my favorite, the best, the Face Glue Setting Spray. So good. It's so good. Let's go into concealers. People ask me about my under eye routine all the time. It's always different. It's always more than one product. Most likely than not. And then just tap away a little bit of that. Okay. Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer 14 Deep Charlotte Tilbury. My favorite skin like concealer. Like it's very similar to my skin tone. My upper lip. That's like the first shade. It's still a little warm, but that's a perfect thing to cancel out any darkness that's left over. If you're like, you know what, I didn't cover anything. Yep. Like you see how it looks like my skin tone? Like it looks like more like foundation shade. Perfect. I like to go in with a warm concealer first, just to show you. Like those, you see how orange that is on my skin? Right? Warm. I'm gonna show you this. Maybe you won't see the difference, maybe you will. You gotta remember, like they're in the same shade range, but that's just more orange, and this is like more my skin tone, and my skin tone is neutral, if that makes any sense. It looks lighter on camera, but I just wish I can show you it's more orange. So I like to go in more orange first. Again, same thing, like even this one compared to all the other like concealers I have. Oh, like there you go. This is like the perfect shade too. This is orange. It's literally just showing up as light. All of these in real life are the same shade. It's just the undertones that are different. This one is literally the color of orange. Maybe, like if these two are mixed together, it would be this. But I like to go in with something orange first. Long story short, again, as another layer of like, let's neutralize if there's any other darkness. Like if I needed to go in with one concealer, what would it be? An orange tone concealer. Because like, even if I did no other makeup, this is the only thing that's gonna take my like hyperpigmentation, take away a layer of it, and also give like, okay, a little bit of brightness. We are gonna let that sit under our eyes, but I'm gonna blend it out a little bit. Like flatten it out. And this time I'm only gonna really try to focus it underneath the eyes. Okay. Boom. Let it, I don't have to let this one sit that long. Sometimes I don't even let this one sit. I blend it out, put the other one over, and like let that sit. But as that's happening, as like whatever concealer I have drying, I like to do a little bit of eyebrow. My eyebrows do not take that long, so I'm like, this is the perfect time. I always go ahead and brush them up first. I need to shave the ends of my eyebrows off because they're definitely drooping my face. So you see how all of this is here? If I didn't have that, my face will look so lifted right here. And I don't know. I do my own eyebrows, right? Let me tell you guys. Do my own eyebrows. Like I'd shave my own face, so it's like it's just inevitable. The other day I was like, screw it. Right before a shoot, I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and get my eyebrows done. And I feel like I never had to tell people like, don't make them thin. Just clean it up. Like, how do you not understand that? She makes them so thin. And maybe that fits my face better. Maybe I should try laminating them now that they're this thin. Like, I think I have a thicker brow. But I'm just like, girl, why would you do that and not ask me? And I'm like, that's what I get for trusting you, because she was a baddie. And I was like, I feel like baddies understand, like, I like what I like. Like, I never came up in this establishment with some thin brows. So why would you think that's what I liked? Like, I like a bushy brow, you know? I like a healthy girl. Brow pencils are my jam. What I need to do, I like a dark brow, you know? Why am I here in the light colors? Brow gels, they really do not do anything. Unless you're someone who's laminating your brow and you're like, I need to lay fat and all that good stuff, yes. And half of you who laminate your brows, you need to really look in the mirror and have a self-reflection moment, because you look crazy, you look nasty, you look crusty, you laminated, there's crust on the top, I see it. You don't, you act like you don't, it's there, it's there. Walk away from the mirror and think about it. Is this a trend, or does it look good on you? Who has convinced you it looks good on you? My hot take of the day. And then granted, you could say the same thing about me. You could look at my under eyes and be like, girl, get over yourself and paint yourself your actual color. And you wouldn't be wrong. I do have my favorites for my under eye, like blending brush, but sometimes I just do random brushes. Like, I've never used this brush in my life. It's called Be a Small. I don't even know where this is from. Like, it probably isn't even my brush, and it's like, I don't know where this is from. I'm using it. But it is a flat brush. Like, I wouldn't even recommend you don't ever, just because you see someone do it, especially if they have good makeup, doesn't mean you should do it, especially if you don't know how to do makeup. You hear me? Unless I'm sitting here like, use exactly this brush to do it, don't do that. Like, this is a fluffy brush. I know how to control this in my hand to blend it out. Like, because I see so many people, like, if your brush ever looks like this on your face, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, you deserve ugly makeup, because what are you doing? Why are you hurting that brush? I'm using the lightest motion when I bounce this brush on my face, that the bristles don't even change. Because they're fluffy. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, this is fluffy, where it's like, it's gonna move without me shaking it, versus this is dense. A dense brush is what you want to use when you blend out creams. This is not that dense. This is like almost in the middle, but I can use it as a dense brush in how much force I put on it, if that makes any sense. So if you have whatever brushes you do have, again, I'm a big believer you can make anything work, right? Like, what you have, but you have to realize what technique you need to use. You can't be using crazy force with a fluffy brush. Like, if I went in with this to blend out my foundation, like, it wouldn't look good. It would look streaky, because this brush wasn't made for something like that. I blended that out. Not the best brush to blend that out with. However, I think the second brush I go in with, I'm gonna do more effort. I just need to look for it. I'm going in with Too Faced Natural Beige. This is white. She is white. I know that. I like that. You don't need to go this light. Do you need 2 concealers? No, you could stop at that step before this. If you do want a bright concealer too, don't even go as hot, like light as I do. A good concealer is like 1 to 2 shades lighter than you. I'm using a shade at least 7 to 8. 7 to 10 shades lighter than me. And that's what I like. Some people use white. That's what they like. You gotta remember how to do things that you like. But you still can use the same technique I do, but not the same color, or like rules in the color, right? You like a lighter concealer, you can just go 1 shade lighter. Like, so the math would be, if you want to use 2 different concealers, your shade might be 10. You might have to use shade 9 or 8 to normal conceal, and if you want to do brighter, you might have to do 8 or 7, and that would be your brightening concealer. Each of those still could easily be great for your concealer shade without looking crazy, but don't go so far away. In my perspective, like, I might be a shade 10, and I'm using a number 2, number 1 to conceal. Like, one of the greatest blending brushes. This is one of the smaller ones. There's another one. The other Real Technique ones with the orange hand, I don't remember what the number it is, that is the best. This is 402. This is amazing. This is smaller. The other one is a lot bigger. It's bigger than this one. It's faster, but it's the same idea. Ideally, I would take the orange one and blend it out, and I'll take this one to powder my face and set it. You see how pigmented that is? That shade is so bright and it's so pigmented. I do very recommend the Too Faced concealers. I should have told you what concealer I was using. Too Faced is the one I use right now to brighten, which I would recommend any day of the week, right? This is like a forever recommendation. Tower 28, forever recommendation. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Pat McGrath, easily. Girl, you got the money, go ahead and spend it. Like, why? It's good. It's iconic, actually. This MAC one, I was really indifferent about it at first. However, I do like it. I think a mature skin is gonna like this a lot more. This is not matte. This is fun. This is clean girl makeup. This is healthy glow. Just want you to know that. This one, I don't really like this under the eyes, but I do like this on my face. The Charlotte Tilbury's one. House of Labs, also good, but very dry. You have to know this House of Labs is dry. I like that though. Obviously, top contenders. Huda Beauty. Calm down. And then in here we also have Kosas Kofi Beauty Lip Tinted. And the last one, this is like, these are the concealers that don't move from my desk. I use different concealers all the time. These are my like, girl, I know what I need to do. And NARS Pot Concealer, obviously, she's good. I wish I could listen to music and do this, but copyright issues. Also today, I love how I made this video. On Instagram, I'm at 399K, and I think this is so cool to like document, like basically I'm close to 400,000. And April 3rd, 2025. We'll see where this YouTube channel goes. We'll see where my career goes. We'll see. But the end of the year, my goal is to have 500,000. So it's like, okay, we already have 400,000. We just, in my head, I'm like, that's easy. That's 2 more viral videos or something. That's a commitment. Like even now, I'm posting more than ever. If you're on YouTube and you're not following me there, please, would really appreciate it. Like I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. I think it's so funny. The last YouTube video I posted, I really was like not in a good mental space, and it's like you could read it. Someone was like, "Are you good, girl?" I'm like, "No, actually, I'm not." What was this brush? Was this my contour brush? This is my contour brush. I'm gonna bring it back and to blend that in. I like going back and forth because you want to take it, you want to spread it, but then you're like, "Wait, I routed too far." Bring it back. Bring it back. Tap it motions. It's okay. Take your time here. Could you use a beauty blender? Yes. Why don't I? Full coverage. I want that full coverage look. And sometimes it's that wet consistency that can really take away from your makeup. Like again, your makeup is looking so good, and all of a sudden you're like bringing this wet beauty blender, it's picking up makeup from other parts of your face, and you're like, what's good? Why is it looking patchy? This is also the part where it's like, say you want a super like crisp line for your eyeshadow. This is where you would do it. You would draw the concealer crisp, or you would blend it out crisp. I don't like it that crisp right now, especially with this look. So I'm like focusing all the product here. And even again, remember the pressure I told you? You can see the brush change here, but as I go further away, it's a lighter tap because I don't want a harsh line. I want it to keep blending in. If this makes any sense to anybody. And you know, there's never enough blending. You can let it sit, you can let it dry up, you can let it crease, and then be like, you know what, I want to go back in and blend some more. I do think I'm going to add a tiny bit of light to just this area, because I feel like my under eyes are right, but this right here is like lacking. And facial balance is key. Some people just like add just a part of makeup somewhere else and not everywhere else. Facial balancing, I think, can make your entire face look cohesive. See how this is super light? Like right now, if you look at my face like this, like, oh, it's crazy. Say you got to a point where you feel like you blended this far and you're like, whoa, I'm so far out, like I'm too light. Before you go in with more product, like say you're like, I need to bring it back, like I'm too white. Take a second. Sometimes you're not too white. You can change it in different perspectives, right? Like you can take a darker shade of powder, put it on your face, and it'll be better. Same thing. Remember I told you foundation brush? Oh, this is not foundation brush, actually. This is the concealer brush I used previously, but it's a little bit of other product. You see, it just blends that out and makes it darker. Same thing. I could have went with my foundation brush. I could have just been like, you know what? It's a little too light. I'm just gonna do that. And that's all you need to do. Okay, and now we're just gonna get prepped for setting powder, because I don't know which one I'm gonna use. These forever will be my favorite. I love a good tappy to set powder. Can you do it with a brush? Yes. You don't have to do that. Something else. Good, good, good. Same thing again. Go ahead. Blend it out. It's always beneficial to blend it out right before you put powder, because like this is what you're setting. This is exactly, like, this is your final product. Boom. Back of my hand, smooth it out. And then I always like to tap right underneath the under eye first, just in case there's like a mistake. And look, on my under eyes right here, super light, but this one is not as light. Why? The powder has a shade to it. This is Sweet Honey. It's still bright, but it's not as like, whoa, white in your face. And this is what I'm gonna say the reason why I pick up powder and like dust it. I pick up powder, right? You see how this powder is like chunky right there. If you just stamp this into your powder, it's going to be chunky in certain areas. Even if the entire thing looks like powder is filled, it still will have like an area where more powder has been just like picked out, and that's just normal. So what I like to do is saturate the entire thing. That's when you go in the back of your hand and you go ahead and you do that, right? Because why? You want it all to be seamless, so the entire area will just give the same amount of powder. And say when I did that, why I go here first. I stamp here before I go underneath my eyes. Because say I go like this and like, oh, see that area right there has a little bit more powder. I can go ahead and fix that before I go underneath my eyes. If that makes any sense. Like if I pick up this powder and in this area there's more powder and I go underneath my eyes, I'm gonna stamp it like that forever. But if I make that issue right here, it's easier for me to fix than underneath my eyes where it's such a sensitive area. Hopefully that made sense. Because I had to ruin my makeup to just show you guys. That's how I feel about these makeup tutorials when you have to do it. Like, it's so much easier to make the mistake and show someone because they can understand it. That's like, hey. Like, I always think about, like, foundation, like, do's and don'ts. Like, if I put it on one side of my face, like, then what? Do I wash my entire makeup off and do it again? Whatever is left in like the lid or the top, I don't need that much powder on my face because I go in with other powders. However, is it beneficial to set it with a little bit? Yes. A big fluffy brush, just right over everything. It's still like liquid and creams and all that, right? A little over my brows, a little over my nose. And I have super dry eyes, dry skin, so I don't really bake for that long. And granted, I didn't put that much powder on my face to bake, but at any point, there was a little bit more powder in certain areas. When I wipe it away, it just does that. After I wipe, I just still like to pat it in. Now we're gonna bronze. My parents are coming over and I'm like, oh God, this is the perfect timing when I had to go and film a million videos. So my parents are going to Sri Lanka soon, or they're going in the summer. But some of you might know if you're like Sri Lankan or even the Caribbean people, I feel like relate to this, where you send a parcel, a box, literally a shipping container worth of stuff there. And obviously, yes, we're more fortunate than people who live there. So we send out like clothes and this and that. Like my parents, they send out boxes, and when we get there, they can just distribute the gifts. And right now, my parents are like coming over because I get a lot of PR, and they're like, we're coming over for body wash and shampoo. And I'm like, girl, I don't mind. Because I have it. Let's just talk about this. The bronzer that I use, Juvia's Place. This is amazing. This is in the like shade range of tan. So it's bronzer tan, right? I like a little bit of warmth, a little bit of, again, orange back in my face. I'm going with a big brush because I like it a little messy. It just adds color back into my face from all of the ashiness that I put down, right? From there, I have Bare Minerals foundation powder. Foundation powders are so key and clutch. Like a lot of people don't use them. This is a Jones Road beauty brush, but if you see it, it's kind of tapered almost sideways, so it's like wide. It almost is shaped like this compared to a full-on fluffy brush, which is just round. That makes sense. See, there's a little bit of shaping ever so slightly. So I'm gonna use that, go in with my foundation powder, and just stamp it and stick it into the ends. I don't want to be as generous with this as I was the Juvia's Place, because this has obviously a harsher color, right? Like this is going darker into it. So I like to build up that color. I like to go in with that first big bronze, like blown out look. Then I go in and intensify it. And I go in with another color normally to like make it super dark. Or I go in with a shade like this, which is very warm. That will act not only as a bronzer, like topper, but as a blush. So this is like you'll see the difference. It'll give more blush-like. Wow, that was pigmented. See, that was really pigmented, so I'm just taking the tip of that brush and using it to blend it out. This one. Put on some more. Take the tip again. See, it's still a bronzer, and for some other person it might show up as more of a bronzer shade, but because on my skin tone it's just a little bit warm, and I think adding it right here to the apples of my cheeks, like I have really big defined cheeks, just give almost like a natural healthy glow. This is in the shade Medium Deep Neutral 45. Again, foundation powder, just imagine compared to a regular powder, I feel like this one has a little bit more pigment. And I'm gonna use that to contour my nose. I'm going up and down 2 lines. The closer the lines are, the smaller your nose looks. And I like to go ahead and sweep it first, and then we can blend it out, because I just need to lay it down. Like sometimes during this phase, I might make it too wide or make it whatever. And that's the difference of a good nose contour. After I apply those lines, I go ahead and just sweep it down the side of my nose. Sweep it down. So it's just like a blending game. I'm gonna be sweeping down, but at the same time, I might go in back with that powder puff and go back on those edges to soften them up. You get what I'm saying? It's a back and forth game, right? Like you bring the concealer out, maybe you need to go back. Don't be afraid of bringing back the brushes and everything as you're doing your makeup, right? Like you gotta go in and out. At this point, sometimes you can stop and go ahead and be like, I'm gonna set my face. And I'm gonna go in with highlighter. It's my favorite highlighter ever. This is the One Size Defying Gravity, like their Wicked collection. It is in fact broken, but it's like the perfect champagne boop, you know? I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush. I like an eyeshadow brush or like a brush like this. Eyeshadow brushes are perfect. So I'm taking this fluffy brush, but there's barely any like pigment on it. And I think this is the best way to do it. Barely anything. I'm tapping it on the back of my hand to disperse it in the brush, because a lot of the times people, when they put highlighter on, it can give like Neapolitan ice cream and not like healthy highlighter. That's a problem when it comes to powder highlighters. Like it can give off that ashy, chalky look, but there's ways to go around it. Like I think you apply highlighter, then you set your face. That makes it melt in, you know? You blend it out with a big brush. I'm gonna take a small, little, tiny Made by Mitchell brush, go on the tip of my nose. It's my favorite thing to do. Upper lip, just blend it out with my hands. Tip of the nose, I like to tap that. Sometimes I over disperse it. This is what gives me that button nose look. You can go on the bridge of your nose as well to like lighten it. But this nose like highlighting point is what it's very tricky, because you need to be able to turn your face and blend it out, because it can easily just look like an exclamation point on your face. I do like a little bit of highlighter underneath my eyes, like right here. And then I can go into my inner corner. Just feel like it really opens up my eyes for me. And the shade of champagne is just perfect. Just right there in that tear duct. My mom always thinks it, and she hates when I do my inner corner highlight, because she's like, it looks like you have eye burgers. And then whatever's left over, I like a sharp eyebrow highlight. So now we have highlighter on our face. You can go with my fingers with the certain parts, blend that out. Face, blend that out. Turn your face as you're doing these blending motions so you can see like, what is the harsh line? Where is it? Because you might just miss something. Now, set our face. Because remember, we're still ashy. It's okay. I'm gonna go in with the face glue, and I'm definitely gonna drench it. You also gotta be careful when I say drench it. Like this is a healthy glow, but it's not like the liquid is gonna start dripping. Because if the liquid starts to drip, that's gonna start moving your makeup as well. So you need it right there where it's moist enough where it's like, you know, if I wet my face, will makeup come off? For sure. But it's not like something is dripping. And some, like the formulas are different than others. Maybe you won't hear me do this. This fan is the best thing ever. It's like a mini Dyson. After my first initial spray, now that like everything is set, my skin tone has come back to where my skin tone I would like it to be. I am going to be able to freely spray more on, and it sinks in better without it like jumping into my face. So I did go another layer with that. And as that's going to dry, I'm going to go ahead and grab a few final things I'm going to do with my face, like my dots. Before I think I'm going to do one eye off camera, and then come back and then show you the other camera. So this is what it's looking like. And I didn't put it on the base, and it's also because I have eyelash extensions, I have to be like even more careful, because I don't want to mess up my lash extensions. You should never really put makeup on your eyelashes when you have lash extensions. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a handheld mirror. And what I'm doing is I normally would drag eyeliner across my lid and just stick it wherever I need to. But because I have the lash extensions, I'm just dotting it. I'm dotting it in the areas where I'm like, okay, this is where I'm gonna do the beads, and I want to count them out, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I need 7 on my lid, so it's as symmetrical as I can make it. Like I know it's by the center of my pupil, I need 4. 3 and 4 is gonna have to go right there. I did get a little bit on my lashes, but it's like, okay, I'm gonna rub it off with my fingers. Taking tweezers, I'm gonna show you two different methods. This tiny little tweezer, take it, dot, that's it, that's all it takes. And because my skin is honestly tacky from like the setting spray, I think that's also holding because of that. 2. And then when I get to 3 and 4, I am picking up a little bit from the base of my eye, just so you can see it. Like it's a little bit more visible instead of being hidden in between my lashes, if that makes sense. Oh God. So 3. And 4, I want it to be very, boom, that's at the highest point. And then we bring it back down after that. So I got a little bit of lash glue on my eyes right here. I'm just trying to pull it off. You could use like a Q-tip to get that out too. But most likely I get most of the makeup off when I'm washing it off with micellar water. And now we're gonna do the rest of them. Same thing, I'm gonna just dip. Honestly, one good dip is enough where like, I don't need that much glue. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So that might be perfect. 1, 2, 3. And then like I put 1 on the last, the edge, the edge, the edge. So I can give a almost wing-like look. Sometimes with these looks, I'm like, I need to figure out how I'm doing. Another tool I'm using is this white pencil. This is the perfect way to pick up, okay, where is this? You see that? Do you see how it just picks it up on the base? Like you literally just stab it, pick it up, and then right here. This is definitely easier than the tweezer. I did want to show you both the methods though. And like, all you have to do is it's also like any color pencil. It's not like a certain color pencil I'm using. Boom, I'm done here. The wings, the bottom is so much easier too, where it's like, I don't have to focus on the lashes. So I did put 1 more on the end as like a wing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6, perfect. Put 6 dots on the bottom. I think working smaller is easier if you don't know how like well your tweezer is working. Like say you're taking forever to pick up one and put it on, do 1 at a time. But if you're like, well, I got the hang of this after I pick it up, do all the dots and then go. It's easier to also go smaller because you can see the glue. Like I'm using clear glue and it dries down blue, but like it dries fully clear. Like I don't see it. And now I'm just trying to map it out in the same areas. And again, it's okay if you get a little, if you get mascara, get lash glue on your eyes. And the only advice I give you here is do not and do your eyelids. You're gonna probably have to put them on top of certain like wrinkles and lines, and that's okay. Don't stretch it out and try to put it in between because that's not how our eyes really work. And I've just laid out all of these on the bottom right here. You see what I'm saying? Like there's a little bit of glue there so I can have like my mapped out line and it's easy for me to put it on. But as the glue starts to dry, I'm gonna be like, okay, where's the glue? What's happening? So do whatever you think is easier. If you're like, wait, I already know where the glue is, I know what I need to do. Go fast. If not, take your time. No rush. And like obviously the tackier this glue gets, the better it dries, but that is gonna be the eye look. I go ahead, a little bit of mascara, not on my falsies or my lash extensions, but just over. And it just gives a little bit like a shield. So it's not as like, oh my God, the beads are just like, or like the crystals are right in your face. It's like a little peekaboo effect. And could you have done this before? Yes. Could put your mascara on, then put those. It's up to you what look you're going for. Even like colorful ones, smaller ones, bigger ones. Like you don't even have to do this, right? Like this look is so different from this. Like you see how this is so bright and it's just like a little bit more like toned down. Okay, a little bit. You gotta make sure to clean up the glue on your lashes, because sometimes the glue will stick to the top. And I like a little spidery, a little messy bottom lash. I'm using the YSL mascara. I love this mascara. It just does exactly what it needs to do for me. Like, I feel like it's like a small little layer of like protection. I am missing like a big lash right here, like from my lash extensions. See, this look right now makes me feel so much more comfortable than like the fully exposed crystals. Like, it just feels a little bit like not natural. But another thing I did off camera that I want to talk about is, you know how I did the inner corner highlight? I had went in with like the champagne rose gold, but I realized as I'm wearing like the crystals and stuff, I wanted to have a little bit more of a silver look. So I went in with this ColourPop. It's, what is this? Tassel. It's just like a silver highlighter. You can also use it on the eyeshadow. It's beautiful. Just went ahead and did that in the corner. I could even go with a little bit of glitter, like make it pop even more. But I just was like, I wanted a little bit of cohesiveness, and you could really tell the gold was like golding because of the crystals around the eyes. But I feel so good. I like this a lot more. And honestly, we're gonna be wrapping up this look very soon. We gotta put a lip on, and after the lip is like when I feel like I'm really tied in together. I'm going in with the ColourPop lip pencil in Pitch. I always like to line my lips, but then bring in this side. It just adds such a well-rounded lip. I think it's so amazing too when I see, like, sometimes I do my lip liner, I won't have time to blend it out and I'm running out the house, and how big of a difference that makes compared to like you properly do your lipstick and blend it out and all that good stuff. This is Galactic. I don't even know what shade this is. It's 21-25-6. Got all this lipstick on my mouth. It's a lot more of a pinky shade, but then as I blend it out, it's like, okay, nude. Recently, I've been loving it. But it's giving a lot more like warm nude right now. But I think I just put a light gloss over it. I think over that, we might just do Made by Mitchell, Boo Thang. And this is a lip gloss that is so nude. See? It's just like Nicki Minaj purple, you know? Purple, Nicki Minaj. This is getting, oh. Sometimes I'll do like a whole lip combo, like I'm feeling like it might be right now. I do like 4 different products. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be great. And I look at the look and I'm like, no. Right now, nope, I'm not liking it. I think it's a lip liner with that lip, that Galactic lip. It was a little too pink for me. I didn't like that. Let's do another one. Probably gonna be more glossy. We're gonna go in with Huda Beauty. Okay, this is Rich Brown. They're both the same shade. Okay. Oh, this is the butter gloss in Fudge Me. There's a lighter butter gloss. I think that one would be perfect, but let's just try this one. Now this is more nude. Feel so much better about that lip combo. It just needed something. There's something in my face where I'm like, these are the last minute touches I feel like that really just elevate my makeup up. I think it's like that blush. It might be why my face is a little bit more matte than I want it, or it's a little bit more glossy than I like it. Especially for this look, I think that might be it. Like, because the look is so shiny, I think my under eyes are a little Just a little bright right here, like these areas. I think it's also that, what is that spray called? See how that's so much more matte? It's a Half Magic spray. That one is a dewy finish, and I think I like it for regular makeup, but because the eyeshadow is just a little bit shinier right now, like I just need something to calm down, and that feels better already. Really glad I did my hair because it makes such a big difference. But this is the finished look. Obviously, like this is what I'm telling you. Makeup is kind of scary when you're doing it, and even after you're done, you're like still like, do the full look, put the jewelry on, do the hair. Like I feel better with the hair because I feel like it's not as crazy anymore. It all kind of feels like cohesive. I don't feel crazy. But now it's like also it's insane how long I took. I took all these hours to slowly try to do it, and I barely teach you anything. But I wish you guys can see my base. If you, again, selfless plug, if you want to see the actual texture of how it looks, I will be posting this on Instagram because the camera sometimes doesn't give. I also had to turn this light on because it is getting darker in this room as I've been filming for this long. But definitely follow me at @shawtysin_ so you can see the look. But that is that. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Drop a comment. I'll like it. I'll love it even. You're the best. I love you.